to the people of this country, then I will not do it. I'm telling you factual story about me. You didn't force me to tell you. I'm telling you something about me. I want the Liberian people to listen to it and be able to vote for me. Look, Jesus Christ himself said, only the criminal will be able to preach the Bible and understand it better. Okay? Why you think Jesus made that remark? Because he knew there would be criminal in the world. Look, if I go to steal chicken today, you'll put hanger on me and parade me in Bagan.
Are you making the statement to get the vote of the young people who these days are called Zogos and Zokwis?
Or to maybe seek forgiveness?
Let me tell you, I'm making this statement to identify myself and where I come from, the struggle I went through, so you can build your life from there at younger generation and know there is hope in the future. If I tell you things I did in Bagan before you were born, you will feel discouraged. We were the one that stealing chicken here, but today I can't do it. I want to be honest with you people. I don't want to tell you people a fairy tale story that you'll go home and do something. I'm being honest with you people.
You said during the youthful days in Bong, you were one person who used to steal chicken.
I'm proud of that too.
And today coming back to tell the Liberian people that you want to have an elected position or occupy an elected position, don't you think someone may refer to you as an old criminal?
And I need one to pour me, I will take it. I did it at that time, so I cannot dodge. But what I'm telling you is this: I have been refined, not only by myself, but by God alone.
Being refined, don't you think it will still follow you? This is a political era. Like you can
Let
remember.
me tell you something. If you want me to lie to the people of this country, then I will not do it. I'm telling you factual story about me. You didn't force me to tell you. I'm telling you something about me. I want the Liberian people to listen to it and be able to vote for me. Look, Jesus Christ himself said, only the criminal will be able to preach the Bible and understand it better. Okay? Why you think Jesus made that remark? Because he knew there would be criminal in the world. Look, if I go to steal chicken today, you'll put hanger on me and parade me in Bagan.
Are you making the statement to get the vote of the young people who these days are called Zogos and Zokwis?
Or to maybe seek forgiveness?
Let me tell you, I'm making this statement to identify myself and where I come from, the struggle I went through, so you can build your life from there at younger generation and know there is hope in the future. Cannot dodge. But what I'm telling you is this: I have been refined, not only by myself, but by God alone.
But being refined, don't you think it will still follow you? This is a political era. Like you can
Let
remember.
me tell you something. If you want me to lie to the people of this country, then I will not do it. I'm telling you factual story about me. You didn't force me to tell you. I'm telling you something about me. I want the Liberian people to listen to it and be able to vote for me. Look, Jesus Christ himself said, only the criminal will be able to preach the Bible and understand it better. Okay? Why you think Jesus made that remark? Because he knew there would be criminal in the world. Look, if I go to steal chicken today, you'll put hanger on me and parade me in Bagan.
Are you making the statement to get the vote of the young people who these days are called Zogos and Zokwis?
Or to maybe seek forgiveness?
Let me tell you, I'm making this statement to identify myself and where I come from, the struggle I went through, so you can build your life from there at younger generation and know there is hope in the future.
Distinguished colleagues, this is a two-faced issue.
This is a critical issue in this country, and we must stand up and speak the truth. Because for you to use the fact that prior to printing, it means you already telling me print, but before you print, come up to me.
There is nothing in that paragraph that indicated that money should be printed.
The essence of this exercise, the essence of this exercise is to know the facts. Everybody will have the opportunity to ask questions if you so desire.
Media, they use everything to promote dirty propaganda, so they take advantage of that and they spread their own dirty propaganda to outpower us, to outsmart us, to dirty us around the world, so investors cannot come here because you want to come, they'll be afraid. That's their intention, not to allow investors to come. So they do all kinds of things to destroy this government image. That's what I know. Because this government cannot involve itself in killing people and killing people. President Joshua, when he became president, he opened a church.
In more recent time, and just over the weekend, Ambassador Joseph Yuma Boaka made a statement that people shouldn't take men's job and give it to boys. He's a boy taking over a man's tax in the presidency. What do you make of that?
Two things I want to say. That statement doesn't go well with me. If Mr. Weir is a boy, then I think he's a good boy. Because Joseph Boyka, former Vice President Boyka, dropped in his heart, he collapsed. Almost died. It is that boy, because George Weir, who ran there, pick him up, charter a plane to fly him abroad for open heart surgery and made him to live today with pacemaker battery. He's a battery total right now. So the battery is controlled by the white man who gave it in a medical center where he was flown to. So maybe he's not well to speak the way he's speaking. He's not well. He's using battery. It's not normal. A man who is using battery and a man who has a natural eye, compare the two. So Joseph Boyka, the former vice president, he's using battery. He's a battery total. Such a man cannot even be president of this country. He's sick. So maybe that the frustration making to speak the way he did, calling the president boy. So Joseph Boyka, the former vice president, he's using battery. He's a battery total. Such a man cannot even be president of this country. He's sick. So maybe that the frustration making to speak the way he did, calling the president boy. So Joseph Boyka, the former vice president, he's using battery. He's a battery total. Such a man cannot even be president of this country. He's sick. So maybe that the frustration making to speak the way he did, calling the president boy. How many million people voted that boy? So many millions. Look at this boy and elected him. Maybe you call Joseph, George Weir boy because of the age, because Joseph Boyka is over 70 and this boy is about 50 something. So when you say boy, well, that's it. But boy in the sense of immaturity, no. George Weir is mature. He's mature. That's why he told Joseph Boyka on the ground where he collapsed to fly him abroad for medical checkup, for medical heart surgery. That's what made him to live today. I think Joseph Boyka, in conclusion, should be very grateful to that boy who flew him out of the country for open heart surgery and make him to live today. But the way Joseph Boyka speaks, the way he acts, he is one of the 9 ungrateful lepers. The fact is, you could have know you, but he did not. He did not. He saved this old man. But what the old man is returning is ungratefulness. Call the president boy. You call the whole Liberian president boy. Then you old man, you told him battery around here.
Today we here on SKD here, on ATS here. And the fee is jam packed. If you decide to come on the fee, you can leave the door. But the ball crossed there by Joseph Boyka. He crossed the ball to bring Joseph, but Joseph Boyka was attacked there by Smith Tobe, who is the presidential press secretary. Smith Tobe collects the ball. He crossed the ball over there. He lay in the hands of George Weir. And George Weir breaks the ball. He passes the ball there to Clara Weir. Clara Weir connects her teammate, Joao Taylor. And Joao Taylor, she kicked the ball there and lay in Jefferson Cody. And Jefferson Cody moved around very carefully. And he crossed the ball there. Oh my goodness! Thomas Fala! Oh my goodness, Thomas Fala! But he was stopped there by Prince Johnson. Prince Johnson who killed though. And continues to bring war into the country, splitting people. And by the correlation of democratic change, we are very peaceful. We are looking at the Unity Party and to be peaceful. And Prince Johnson collects the ball. He kicked the ball there. Lay in the hands of Joseph Yuma Boyka, an old man, but today he's very strong on the feet. This old man ruled, and Eddie Johnson came for 12 years and he did nothing in your home. And Joseph Boyka kicked the ball. And Joseph Boyka is moving, but he was stopped there. And but Tumafala, connects the teammate. He kicked the ball and lay in the hands of Bobo Chimo. And Bobo Chimo collects the ball. He put a long kick there. And the ball lay in the hands of Joao Taylor. And Joao Taylor breaks the ball. She moved down. And that could be a trouble. She crossed the ball to George Weir. George Weir score. George Weir score. I see Prince Johnson is very hungry. And he's walking up to Joseph Boyka and advancing Jeremiah Koo, who is the more intelligent army in Nima County. This game, we have 30 seconds for first half in the game. And George Weir, the ball was sent to them by Joseph Boyka. Joseph Boyka is talking to Prince Johnson to counter. He crossed the ball to Prince Johnson. And Prince Johnson breaks the ball. and that could be a top Prince was stopped there by Smith Tobey, the presidential press secretary. The Smith Tobey put a long kick there and laying hands on Joao Taylor. And Joao Taylor moved that since citizen or one country reduction for they are 15 years for Joao Taylor. Joao Taylor press the ball. Guess what I want to find Mary Bro. And Mary Bro looks around very carefully. Connects the ball to Jefferson Koji. And Jefferson Koji moves down. And that's going to be a trouble. But it was stopped there by Prince Johnson. And Prince Johnson, I think fancy for the ANC, that way just I think Nyamli Kangalores, I also see I see good player here and want to play to back the Unity Party. But the coalition of Democratic is working hard to beat anybody and bring political rebellion in this country. Okay, Prince Johnson, he all wore green, red, and blue. Okay, Prince Johnson collects the ball. And the ball was deflected, it went outside. And that could be a trouble here. No problem to the correlation of democratic change. The ATSC today. And we have international level here. We have the ECOWAS. We also have the United Nations here. I think Pyongyang is here for North Korea and backing the correlation of the democratic change. Pyongyang. Okay, the ball was thrown there by Joseph Walker. He threw the ball to Prince Johnson. Prince Johnson breaks the ball very carefully. He looks around. He connects Dara Zero. And Dara Zero move ahead. But he was stopped there by Smith Tobey. Smith Tobey, the presidential press secretary, crossed the ball to Mary Bro. She played in the midfield there. She played for the Unity Party before. But now, the correlation of Democratic change, she pledged her vote to the correlation of Democratic. And Mary Bro, oh my goodness, Mary Bro, but she was stopped there. And I seen the referee running there to Prince Johnson with a yellow card. And Prince Johnson, yellow card at Prince Johnson for his disgruntled behavior as an old killer who have all the opium fine in Nima County, accusing the government of drugs, even when he was senator during the early left government. Drugs was still in the country, and Prince Johnson smoked opium more than anybody in the world. Okay, Prince Johnson, he gets by one man cleverly. He kicks the ball over, he lay in hands of Joseph Walker. I think Joseph Walker failed, and Joseph Walker taking push. Joseph Walker, he crossed the ball over, and the ball lay, and that could be a trouble. Joseph Walker, he was stopped there by George Weah. And George Weah connects his teammate there, Clara Weah there to Timothy Weah. Timothy Weah, Timothy Weah, he crossed the ball there to Cham Weah. Cham Weah, that could be a trouble. Cham Weah connects his teammate there, Tomofala. And you know Tomofala, one of the still players working at Weah here. Timothy Weah, he crossed the ball over and the ball lane, and that could be a trouble. Joseph, he was stopped there by George Weah. And George Weah connects his teammate there, Clara Weah. And Clara Weah there to Timothy Weah. And Timothy Weah, Timothy Weah, he crossed the ball there to Cham Weah. And Cham Weah, that could be a trouble. Cham Weah connects his teammate there, Tomofala. And you know, Tomofala, one of the still players here, and the men are controlling the whole Somalia draft. But now in local country, the people crying for any Somalia draft. Tomofala, but he was stopped at Prince Johnson. He issued another yellow card. It's an infringement against the Prince Johnson will get a red card in the game. The game here is very serious. Prince Johnson here kicking people, playing fire. And I know that Prince Johnson got one here on their feet. This game is very serious. Okay, according on the video, Johnson here kicking people, playing fire. And I know the preachers get one here on their feet. This guy, come on back when you will stop the preachers. He issue another yellow card. It's an infringement against the preachers who will get red card again. They give me it's very serious. Preachers here kicking people, playing fire. And I know the preachers get one here on their feet. This guy is very serious. Okay, according on the VRO, the halftime, I will get back to you later. I'll go back to my studio and take up with 6.2 FM and bringing you all field players on the football field. Today, I see just we are laughing and you're walking. The Clara we are, and also Clara we are walking. And the Joao Taylor, they are jubilating here. The correlation. But guess what? Joseph Baca said he a teacher for $10 US. On the field player, Joseph Baca on a pro and a bit.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning. What a pleasant way to welcome you to Freedom Hub on 87.9. This is the official voice of Freedom Communications Incorporated. And my name is Kyle Oliver Kine. I'm here today with Princess Alexa Vanja Colley on this wonderful 25th day of September. Liberia is getting better. The worries of the late Mamadi Suleimani Diakite. Progress at the PHP Park. I repeat, when you go to a PHP community at the South Beach area, there is a whole lot of jobs going on at the Unity Park in the Central Monrovia area, especially around the PHP Beach. That project is coming up live. When is it going to be dedicated? Is it November? Is it next month, October? Or whatever the timeline will be, Liberia, Monrovia will benefit from a wonderful modern recreational facility. Too many things happen in the country. Earlier on, we play you a commentary, a very comical commentary about our man Joshua. Joshua is a resident there all the way in the Deesville area. He did a comical political commentary of the issues of the day in Liberia. Too many things to talk about. We have identified too many hypocrisy on the part of people talking politics and wanting to hold other people accountable. Up to today's date, the Liberian Council of Churches, the National Interreligious Council of Liberia, and several other institutions in the country, to include the Liberian National Bar Association, the different trade unions. We are yet to have words of condemnation from those entities, those institutions, against Mr. Bwaka and his people for threatening to bring war in Liberia. I repeat, we are yet to have words of condemnation from these individuals. The conversation will look into why. The conversation will look directly into why we think this is happening. We're going to give you sufficient reason why we think some of these faith-based institutions, some of these quote-unquote integrity institutions are tight-lipped on the subject matter. Irrespective of whoever you are, irrespective of your position and status in this country, one thing that is clear for fact, one thing that is automatically clear is that Liberia is bigger than you, Liberia is bigger than me, Liberia is bigger than all of us. And so there is no reason, there should be no reason why any Liberian will want to subject the peace of our country at their own will and pleasure. We're going to have a conversation over that. Too many things to talk about. Butt naked. Joshua Merton Bly, the former killer rebel general. I'm told he became a pastor temporarily. I am not too sure he's still maintaining the title of a pastor. He is one of the latest individuals who have joined the call for war in Liberia. Of course, he's a member of the Joe Boakas team. So you have three individuals who are well known for war activities, supporting the presidential bid of Mr. Boakas and making threatening statements against our peace. The conversation come out alive right here on 87.9. We take a few bars of our team song. When we come back, we rumble into the issues right here on the radio. Let's take a break to be right back.
Musical. There are crowds in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, you won't report it. Don't make a peace for them before. Crime stop Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stop, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us. Crime stop, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime stop, stopping crime and make a peace for them before. Crime stop Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime stop, keeping us safe, they're stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Sion.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and making peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, they're stopping crime for all of us.
Okay, Crime Stoppers Liberia, the official sponsor of our program, Freedom Hub on 87.9. Alexa, good afternoon, welcome.
Good afternoon, Oliver, and I would like to say good day to all of you out there. I would also like to use this moment to send out my condolences to those who lost their lives in the fire incident in Cardwell. I pray that your families are consoled, and I pray that your souls rest in perpetual peace. This is like something that is very devastating. I guess a lot of people are basically saddened about that news. So I would like to send out my condolences to the bereaved families out there. But I would like to say good day to all of you. And it is interesting that we're like just a few more days to election. And I guess a lot has happened, and a lot, of course, is going on at about this moment. So we have a lot more to talk about. And interestingly, I think this guy who just you know running a commentary, he should be named the commentator of the year, because that is like really interesting.
No,
And
no, no.
yeah, that's my point of view. I think
I don't support that.
I think he should be named commentator of the year, because he sounded so interesting, and I know he is an interesting character.
We're gonna bring him to
very,
studio.
very, very. I hope we do that.
And but by the way,
I hope we do that.
those are his opinion.
Of course, it doesn't reflect.
Yeah,
It
I
doesn't
mean,
reflect on this platform.
sure.
Everything he said, of course, that's up to him. But it is interesting, and that's a nice piece to actually listen to. Like the best commentator. Yeah, it is comical and it is serious too. So that is amazing, really.
What is nice about that?
I mean, I like the drama in it. To be honest, I like the drama in it, and I like the fact that it is comical.
What?
No, so the guy knows all the different folks, seriously, because you can listen to the coordination, you can listen to exactly how he is definitely getting all of these different things together, all of these different characters, and then he is making sure that basically all of the things that have been said all around the country, they're reflected in exactly what he's saying. I mean, it doesn't reflect on this platform though, yet he's definitely saying things that are basically all in every corner right now that everyone is talking about. So I think he's someone who knows the current happenings, and that is like really amazing as a commentator. So I would like to say hats off to him for that.
So I'm told he is Joshua, and I mean, there are many instances where you will find the guy Alexa, you will find him preaching the gospel. I mean, he's a good preacher.
This same guy.
I'm telling you, obviously he's a good preacher. He's the same person who was trying to they make him do a thing. They may try to mimic the president.
Oh my God! Yeah, I listened to that one.
In a ridiculous way. The fellow Liberians, the way the president can talk, he tried to copy that. And so yeah, so the guy just started to do a commentary on on the political issues in the country. So the man was doing the commentary on Unity Party versus the CDC. Unity Party versus the CDC. People asking me for the commentary video.
Yeah.
So the Unity Party versus the CDC. Well, listen. Let me see if I can play. If I can play it just one more time. There are a lot of good things happening in the country. I just told you about the PHP project. Now, for the first time for the first time in a little over 20 years, the people of Broadville, specifically the Iron Gate, Lakere area, were able to receive electricity during the course of the weekend. That was a wonderful one. We'll play you the voices of community dwellers when their lines were being connected. When the president went there, Alexa, he issued a mandate that electricity be given to Broadville because he has taken current to Bomi. The government was able to do a Grand Cape Mount County with the electricity extension, and so it was just inappropriate for Broadville, that is hosting detention lines, not to have electricity. So the president was able to issue a statement, and that place was also connected. We'll play the voices of some of the community dwellers along that route. Yeah. So, but we'll go to our man Joshua. We just want to have maybe 2 minutes of his commentary. Yeah, we just want to have 2 minutes of his.
And you know what? Imagine that guy had to sustain all of the things he was saying for more than 2 minutes.
No, I mean, like no script. I mean, straight from his head.
So I mean, that's really something else, to be honest.
I would need to go and find Joshua. I used to know where he's normally stationed around the East Bay area, but
because no, in fact, to have something like that without a script, right? You're just saying.
The man is gifted.
No, he is.
No,
that is an extra talent.
I wish I can have the other videos from Joshua. You will understand. You will understand. I mean, the guy was preaching one day, and Joshua made me to understand. I don't want to be religious about it, but there was some biblical teachings that he revealed in that sermon, and I was like, okay, the guy is making sense. Although when you look at his body, his physical, appearance, you will not want to listen to anything from such an individual. But trust me, he is an inclined individual. Very, 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 very good upstairs. It just that sometimes when you pass around the bottle, sometimes the bottle can have some form of impact on you, and so that is what's happening to him. But James Dubé is an old time friend, a childhood friend. He's a big brother. James Dubé, Kubi J, you're following the conversation. I want to say hats up to you. So let's go over to our man Joshua. Joshua will do a 4-5 minutes, commentary of the political issues in the country. Those are the views of Joshua. They in no way represent the views of Freedom Hub on 87.9. By the way, we're playing this for comedy purposes, for the sole purpose of entertainment. Listen to it. Listen to Joshua. And at the same time, we all know, what is it? We own no copyright.
No copyright.
Yeah, to this video and all of the sounds thereof. Listen to it.
We here on SKD here, on ATS here, and the fee is jam packed. If you decide to come on the fee, you can leave there off. But the ball crossed there by Joseph Walker. He crossed the ball to Prince Joseph, but Joseph Walker was attacked there by Smith Tobey, who is the presidential secretary. Smith Tobey collects the ball. He crossed the ball over there, he lay in hands of George Weah. And George Weah breaks the ball. Pass the ball there to Clara Weah. Clara Weah connects to teammate Joao Taylor. Joao Taylor, he kicked the ball there. He lay in Jefferson Cody. And Jefferson Cody moved around very carefully. And he crossed the ball there. Oh my goodness, someone fella. Oh my goodness, someone fella. But he was stopped there by Prince Johnson. Prince Johnson who killed though. And continues to bring war into the country, splitting people. And by the correlation of democratic change, we are very peaceful. We are looking at the Unity Party and to be peaceful. And Prince Johnson collects the ball. He kicked the ball there. Laying hands of Joseph Nimapweka, an old man, but today he's very strong on the field. This old man ruled, and Eddie Johnson came for 12 years and he did nothing in your home. And Joseph Walker kicked the ball. And but Joseph Walker is moving, but he was stopped there. And but Tumafala connects the teammate. He kicked the ball and lay in the hands of Bobo Chimo. And Bobo Chimo collects the ball. He put a long kick there. And the ball lay in the hands of Joao Taylor. And Joao Taylor breaks the ball. She moves down. And that's to be a trouble. She grabs the ball to George Weah. Score! George Weah score!
Why are you laughing, Alexa? So the game go good 3 minutes. Boba Chima took a long shot up to Joel. Joel connects George Weah. And by the way, the commentator is yelling with the first goal from from Mr. President. Listen to him.
I see Prince John is very hungry. He's walking up to Joseph Walker and advancing Jeremiah Koo, who is the more intelligent army in Lima County. What?
So
why is he even laughing?
Why is he laughing? So he said Jeremiah Koo is the most what?
The most intelligent
army. You know where he got that from? He got it from Henry Costa.
Of course.
You remember when Henry Costa said Jeremiah Koo can sell human parts?
Yeah.
That's exactly where this guy took the entire line from, where he said he passed the ball to Jeremiah Koo, the most intelligent man in the country. But listen to Joshua. Who got anything to go play real things.
Lord, kick that. And the ball laying in the hands of Joao Taylor. And Joao Taylor breaks the ball. She moved down. And that's to be a trouble. She grabs the ball to George Weah. George Weah score. I see Prince John is very hungry. He's walking up to Joseph Walker and advancing Jeremiah Koo, who is the more intelligent army in Lima country.
And you're laughing. that's the funny part of it, right? So why you got to say your own thing and he's laughing? But I mean, just so you know, the guy got his number one source on this whole particular issue is Costa. Costa said it. Costa said Jeremiah Kung can say him apart. Yeah, you want to all we talk all that. Listen.
Well, 30 seconds for first half in the game. And just here, the ball was sent to them by Joseph Boga. Joseph Boga is talking to Prince Johnson to counter. He crossed the ball to Prince Johnson. And Prince Johnson breaks the ball. And that could be a top of Prince Johnson was stopped there by Smith Toby, the presidential press secretary. The Smith Toby put a low kick there and laying hands on Joao Taylor. And Joao Taylor moved there since Tennessee. Or one country rejoicing here for they are 15 years for Joao Taylor. Joao Taylor breaks the ball. Guess what I want to find Mirabro. And Mirabro looks around very carefully. Connects the ball to Jefferson Koji. And Jefferson Koji moves down. And that's going to be a trouble. But it was stopped there by Prince Johnson. And Prince Johnson, I think fancy here. When the ANC, the way just I think Nyamli Kangalores, I also see, I see good player here. And want to play to back the Unity Party. But the coalition of Democratic is working hard to beat anybody and bring political rebellion in this country. Okay, Prince Johnson, he all want green, red, and blue. Okay, Prince Johnson collects the ball. And the ball was deflected, it went outside. And that could be a trouble here. No problem to the correlation of democratic change. The ATS here today. And we have international level here. We have the ECOWAS. We also have the United Nations here. I think Pyongyang is here for North Korea and backing the correlation of the democratic change. Pyongyang. Okay, the ball was thrown there by Joseph Boga. He threw the ball to Prince Johnson. Prince Johnson breaks the ball very carefully. He looks around. He connects Dara Zero. And Dara Zero move ahead. But he was stopped there by Smith Toby. Smith Toby, the presidential press secretary, crossed the ball to Mirabro. He played in the midfield there. He played for the Unity Party before. But now, the coalition of Democratic Change, she pledged her vote to the coalition of Democratic. And Mirabro, oh my goodness, Mirabro, but he was stopped there. And I see the referee running there to Prince Johnson with yellow card. And Prince Johnson, yellow card that Prince Johnson for his disgruntled behavior as an old killer who have all the opium fund in Lima County, accusing the government of drugs, even when he was senator during the early left government. Drugs was still in the country, and Prince Johnson smoked opium more than anybody in the world. Okay, Prince Johnson, he gets by one man cleverly. He kicks the ball over, he lay in the hands of Joseph Boga. I think Joseph Boga failed, let Joseph Boga taking push. And Joseph Boga, he crossed the ball over, and the ball lay, and that could be a trouble. Joseph Boga, he was stopped there by George Weah, and George Weah connects. The teammate there, a Clara Weah there to
Level.
Oh my goodness! And Joseph Boga, he crossed the ball over and the ball lay, and that could be a trouble. Joseph Boga, he was stopped there by George Weah, and George Weah connects. The teammate there, a Clara Weah there to Timothy Weah. Timothy Weah, Timothy Weah, he crossed the ball there to Cham Weah. Cham Weah, that could be a trouble. Timothy Weah, he crossed the ball there to Cham Weah. Cham Weah, that could be a trouble. Timothy Weah, Joseph Boga, he was stopped there by George Weah. George Weah connects. The teammate there, a Clara Weah A Clara we are there to Timothy we are. A Timothy we are. Wait, you're watching a song we are here. And that could be a trouble. Just about he was stopped there. But George Weah, George Weah connects the female there, a Clara Weah there to Timothy Weah. A Timothy Weah, wait, you're watching a song we are here. A Timothy Weah, he crossed the ball there to Chan Weah. A Chan Weah, that could be a trouble. Chan Weah connects the female there, Tomofada. And you know, Tomofada, one of the steel players here. And the men are controlling the whole Somalia draft. But now in local country, the people crying for his Somalia draft. Tomofada, but he was stopped at Jonesy. He issued another yellow card. It's an infringement against the Jonesy will get a red card. They give me it's very serious. Prince Jonesy are kicking people, playing fire. And I know that Prince Jonesy get one here on their feet. This game.
I don't know. I'm calling it nonsense. Oh my God. This is really, really crazy, right? Why are not trust on the thing? The guy is terrible. The guy is very, very terrible. When say, look, Prince doesn't get going on the field. Are you carrying going on the football field?
Yes, you might be. There's also a movie. What's it? Shaolin Soccer.
Oh yeah,
yes.
Shaolin Soccer. When say, look, Prince doesn't get going on the field.
And the guy had all sort of tools, and it was never meant to be on the field.
No, trust me. I mean, this is very funny, right? It is funny. Too many things being said in one small commentary video. Yeah. But look,
the players are many, and the happenings are many. Wow.
No, I mean, the only takeaway I have from the video is that when you look at the guy who did this stuff, this is not somebody anybody would consider to be 100% sane.
Right.
I mean, he got small problem with him on a more serious note, right? And I think he would need good attention for his full recovery to be effected. But when you look at what the guy said, he was able to summarize this whole issue about Prince Johnson threatening the peace of the country, Blackadden threatening the peace of the country. And now that is the reaction Liberians are having out there.
Right.
And we're gonna have a conversation on it, by the way. But the whole joke aside, the guy said a lot of things in the video. Forget about all the other one you said for joke purposes and so forth. But all of people texting me, what do you say?
Everyone wants Joshua's video right now.
Yo, I think you'll get oh my God. Oh my God. No, I mean this is this is really
if you want the commentary, you can inbox Oliver or you inbox me.
No, nobody will inbox
I'm gonna
me.
send it to you.
Nobody will
Inbox me. I'm gonna send it to you.
We'll bring him in, yeah. before we send it to you.
Yeah, I mean, I think it has to do a live commentary. Yeah, we need that.
Yeah, maybe we need to have the guy
that, a live commentary. Seriously.
To do a live commentary.
Yeah.
Message people you get opium fine Nima. You put him all. They begin laugh. Yeah, he can laugh. Or maybe that's true, but
I don't know that one, but like he said.
But he don't say. I think he can lie. But okay, so I don't even know where to start from. Where do we start from? Over 400 of you watching us live. Where do we start from? During the course of the weekend.
Oh, Joshua.
Yeah, during the course of the weekend, Broadville. Initially, part of Broadville, Banja. You remember Banja around the beach where?
Oh yeah.
Well, I mean, Hotel Africa Road.
Yeah.
That place was the first to have LEC current under the Weah's administration, and since the war ended, it is George Weah who took current to Broadville. I want not expensive news. You can suffer to find out news. The people in Broadville know say since the war ended, since 2003 when we put guns down. The gun where Joe Barker and Prince Johnson said we must pick up again. Since that time ended in 2003, it is we are who has taken current to the people of Broadville. And that's in district number 17, Montserrat County. A few days ago, during the course of the weekend, the president visited 2 weeks ago and he said, I thought Broadville people got current ever since. And they said, oh, no, we ain't got current. Mr. President, they just bring the current and stop the current of Banjo. The president said a legislature should be taken throughout the entire District 17. And so, somewhere between Friday, Saturday, they were able to put up the lights around La Kerry. Ricks Institute, the College of West Africa, CWA, for short, J.J. Roberts, Tottenham High. I mean, these are traditional schools in Liberia, Montero Newport, Great D. Addison. These are schools that are familiar with the Liberian people. Anywhere about it, you ask, name 5 schools in Liberia, you'll find those schools popping up. I mean, high schools. So La Kerry is one important area in Broadville as well. So the lights were turned on, and right on top of the La Kerry Sambo, the La Kerry monument, you had a pole there with light shining on it. And so one Congo old man said, this is something we had prior to the war. And seeing it, although I'm old, I'm winding down, but I'm happy that something that we benefited when we were children coming up, way back in the days, prior to the war, I'm happy that same life that we benefited, that same life we're living when we're coming up, we are happy that our children we are living here in Broadville will also have that opportunity. And so they were kind of celebrating. I mean, they had a lot of excitement, amongst them. Imagine, Alexa, people were paying up to $40-50 a week, on how you call this thing, petroleum products. There were folks who were burning up to $200 worth of petroleum products a month, at that area. And that is to say they're using the current for maybe 4-5 hours a day. Those who can go, from 6 to 6, from 6 in the evening to 6 the next morning, they were like burning a lot of money on electricity. And it was not even reliable. It was not even solid. They will put up the machine today. After 2-3 days, you go and take the machine for repair, and if you're not home, for example, you are the man and you don't have a lot of big boys children home, you will need your neighbors, the picking in the yard, to come and assist your woman to put the machine on. If your woman ain't able to put it on, I mean, there were too many inconveniences, too many, disadvantages associated with living in Broadville, living in district number 17. But during the course of the weekend, a bulk of that was able to be resolved by the administration. And so the folks were kind of celebrating, and we have a little short excerpt here that we'll play for you, so that you will listen to those who received current for the first time in a little over 25 years. Now, as they will be giving their testimonies, as they will be giving their opinion and their views on current going to them after a little over 25 years, I want you, as you'll be listening to them, I want you to also divide your ears into 2. For example, let one side of the ear be listening to this radio, hearing the residents of Broadville celebrating current that got damaged when the war was fighting way back, almost 14, 15, 16, 20 some odd years ago. Current that they were benefiting from, but because of the war, the current left. I want you to be listening to them celebrating that current, and also use one of your ears to be thinking about how Joe Barker was saying he will make sure that war will be in the country if something happened to election results. Now, I mean, we don't care we don't care about the reason, because you know why? The reason why we fought war in the 80s, in 1990, those reasons, when you come back today and bring the reasons why people went to war in the 80s and in the 90s, and you bring them to today's reality in Liberia, you will understand that those who fought, I mean, they had no reasons, because almost similar things they fought for happened right here in the same country. For example, people fought in the 80s and said because William Aratoba, He brought out AB Toba, the other Toba, 2 million Tobas were in government. Okay, good. They fought for that, right? They have armed revolution in this country because of what the branded as nepotism. We before last in the government. What did we see happen in the country? We saw Pomba Salif, we saw Charles Salif, we saw Robert Salif, we saw James, we saw all of the Salifs, the Wicks, the McLeans, sitting in top governmental position in the country. So, what am I saying? People went to war and fought because of a regime that was practicing nepotism. Now, fast forward after the war ended, those who even supported the very war against the country in the 80s and the 90s came to power, and they were able to quadruple whatever they suspected to have been, inappropriate for the country. They overly did what they had to do, and so it left a lot of people to wonder as to what was the essence of the war in the first place. So the bottom line here is, no matter the reason, there is no justifiable reason to threaten the peace of any country, because you know why? The very folks who pride themselves in the ideology of being the liberators, by themselves, when they come to power, they become the worst version of the things they preach. So there should be no reason why anybody should talk. So as you'll be listening to the video and hearing the guys appreciating Corin returning to Broadville after 25 years, I also want you to also keep one of your ears, and your mind, to keep reflecting on what PYJ and Joe Waka bought naked and yaked and keep talking about bringing war in the country. Now, when you have that sober reflection, then you will appreciate the benefit associated with having a country being peaceful. These people are celebrating Corin today, something they had 25, 26, up to 30 years ago. Since the war came, that infrastructure got damaged, the poles got stolen, the copper wires got stolen and sold to neighboring countries. All of the different electricity infrastructure got damaged in District 17, Broadville. It had to take over 30 years for the country to reach to a point where George Weah will go and say, let there be light. And they had poles erected and transmission done. Now, so as you hear them praising, expressing themselves in joy, none of them said they were seditions. That's a good thing about it. They were Liberians. Some of them are supporters of Mr. Bwaka. Some of them are supporters of Mr. Cummings. Some of them support Mr. Gonglo. Some of them also support Mr. President. But they were celebrating, thinking nothing about their political alignment. They were only rejoicing over the fact that after over 25, 6, 7, 8 years, you have Corin returning to their district. That is excitement. Now, to have people moving at that developmental level, to have people moving at that progressive speed, yet you have individuals with the primitive mindset of wanting to take the country to retrogression. And you say we should sit down in the country and act like nothing is happening. And that's why from the beginning of the show, when I said to Alexa that I am totally disappointed in the faith-based institutions in our country, there's the legal institutions in our country, the civil society actors. Gratefully to the president of Liberia, the PUA, they will issue a statement. So I'm going to take them out. I'm going to single them out. It was a wonderful thing that they were able to issue a statement. So as you be listening to it, I want you to bear in mind those two things. Keep them on the other side of the ear. Let them be appreciating it. Let the side of the ear be listening to it. The other side of the ear will be rehearsing why people are getting to keep talking about with war. And other people celebrating Corin. Then you, as an individual, will decide where do you intend the country to go. I want you to listen. In the kind of modern era, people celebrating for Corin. 21st century.
I think I would just like to say something. So it takes me back to a comment someone made earlier today. And there was a discussion, and a lot of people were actually referencing some of the things that this government has done. And someone said people should not rain praises on this government, as that is the responsibility of the government to do exactly what people are actually saying the government has done. And for me, I was actually taken aback because I think these are moments that are actually cherished. These are moments that, people tend to appreciate because they actually never expected to have experienced something like this. Oliver, imagine you just said about 20 or 25 years ago, people had this same, moment where they had current or they had electricity, however people would want to call that. And after so many years, this has reoccurred after people have been in the dark for a very long time.
Let's listen to them.
And now it went back to them. You can imagine how this is really amazing. This is a moment, regardless of where you're from, this is a moment to appreciate, and this is a moment to actually celebrate. So I think this is a very good thing.
For job well done. So Melvin Vinton did not state where he writing us from. Mercy and Payne also did not state where they are writing us from, but they are following the live broadcast. So from this home again, we come to this other structure here. As you can see, this structure is here, and it's being light up also. The line, everything coming. The broadcast today is being done in simple English. As you can see, wow, this is the holy. The holy type of meter, that's how you see him, very clean, very unique, and everything. Mercy and Payne say we too in Duason. Okay, she writes in from the Duason there along the Ravels International Airport route. She said, we too in Duason. I expected current to this thing is a gap project. That's what she told me. But some Croman said, thanks to the entire management team of the LEC and the powerful CEO of LEC on the morning Captain and writing from Samukatan Upward Carwell. So I said a couple of houses here are being light up. Let me just come to the other white building that you're seeing here too. The same thing here is happening too. So all of the structures here. Later on, we will get to where the people are jubilating. But let's just show you what is happening here. If you look up there, you're gonna see the same meter. There. Let me see if I can zoom a little bit. Okay. So there you go. So you see it for yourself. I'm trying to zoom and everything, so you'll see it for yourself. So this is what the government of Liberia is doing through the LEC management, tying together communities that were not captured by Vera Donda Funded project under the LEC Gap Community Electrification Project. That's what's happening right now here in Red Hill Field Community, Virginia is where we are. So let me pass on this on the other side and you see, okay. Another green structure here is also here. You have two meters being mounted here. I think it's a kind of two apartments. Yeah, so it's gonna carry like 2 meters. Yeah, that's what you see. Okay, so this is one side, and this is the other apartment. So all two is being mounted right, as you can see. These are the 2 new meters. So excuse me, Mama. So you see here. So this is what's happening right now. So you see the 2 meters. So once you have 2 apartments together, they're gonna serve you. They're gonna get you 2 meters. So that's why you see it. So this home, for this home here, it's just okay. It's just they have 2 brand new meters. Like we told you later on, when members of the board and all of the CEO tour our Bushport thermal plan, the 100,000 meters that came into the country, the 100,000 meters came into the country. 1640 continuous fuel with new meters, both single phase and 3-phase, and that of enclosures and everything. So let's see who joined the broadcast. Someone said my home will be connected next week. I see just 3 blocks away from my home. I can't wait. Okay, it comes from the lady Mercy and Payne. She writes in front. Okay, so let me go to this other structure and show you this other house too is being connected. All of the community current wire, everything coming down. The community current wire, everything coming down. So let me come to the other place and show you the other way is here too. This one too is being mounted to. This is being connected to. So this children that you see here, gonna study on light. I mean, it's a kind of Hey, we'll come again. You say? What's your name? Divine. Okay, which school do you attend? Oh, okay. And which class are you in? Okay, thanks so much. So you say you enjoy the AC current. So before study. For you? Yeah. So how you feel now having current, seeing current?
I'm very happy.
Very happy. What's your mom and dad? Where are they? Oh, they are step out. So you say you're going to enjoy the AC current. Okay. So, okay, Divine, where are you? I was issue with the network. Divine? Okay, Liberians are listening to, to the conversation. So how was it like, seeing yourself in darkness, studying in darkness and everything? How was it like?
I was feeling good.
You're not feeling cool? Right. Okay, Divine, is that when I go down there, they never give me correct. Okay, so we talk about now that you have light, how you feel?
I feel so happy, man.
So is there any word that you want to say to the LEC management and the government of Liberia?
Well, thank you, bye. Very big thank you.
How many you want to tell me to? You want to talk to? Okay. Divine, thank you, my man. You my man, yeah? Okay, the little Divine is speaking to us, telling us how impressive the work is, how he feels, how excited he is, and everything. So we still here. The crew member is here, and we're still talking, showing you some of the horses that are being hooked up to the AC gear. So that's it. So we're showing a lot of meters and everything. Yeah. So later we going to go talk to some of the beneficiaries as to how they feel. Melvin Vitton say, AC. Oh yeah. Yeah, he is grateful. I get my same pen. Say, yeah, the little boy. The kid is grateful. He really surprised me. Yeah, the little boy. He's so happy. He said, hey, at least I was sleeping on current. At least I was steady on current. Oh, he's so happy. Yeah, that's my man, Divine. That's my boy, man. Yeah, to see the piggy talking like that. So happy. So this is it. Another structure also is here. It's being electrified. Yeah. This structure too. It's being
so Alexa, as the LEC media guys were kind of going from house to house to verify the different connection, the mounting of the meters on the homes. Guess what? Some of the residents themselves, because they had current now, so they started playing music and playing Joshua your song. That is what development can do. Watch the people dancing.
All sort of everything. Everything. They were setting up current and everything. So I see you dancing. You're so happy. Tell us how you feel.
I feel good.
Where are you, Mama? Where are you?
Patricia Blambo.
Patricia, I see you just dancing.
I'm so happy. I mean, what you say that? They see your benefit. But the one arm, they get me rich. But I don't give them.
Is that what you're paying for one arm? $50 US?
Yes.
Every 2 weeks or every month or what? Every month.
US.
In a deal on that. So how is your manager when you're paying that money?
What do you get out of manage? What we need like.
So I was saying that when you saw the exit coming, putting lepo, putting the wire thing, you believe.
First of all, I want a team of LEC. I want to go first of all talk about LEC. I want to check it for LEC. I want to go first of all. First of all, to tell you about LEC. How we put people together to the LEC car. So I'm so happy to see LEC. And there's a good job here. For the day I was young, I went for this LEC. I was got this one in my grave. The delegation go back to him. My whole family will die with him.
For the current.
They never for current. For plenty there.
Yeah, name some name.
For plenty that. The road. I right now.
He's speechless.
He's so
He's so
kind.
happy.
Now the fact that everything we say anything, you get talk back to you. Because of president, anything they say, they will talk back. I love him. I love you so much.
I get to love President George Weah and the commenting and everything. I mean, so some of the guys are still. So this guy is on the pool. He's still trying to connecting them. So the excitement is still. So, yeah, look at me. Look at me. What's your name? What's your name? What's your name? Who? I see you dancing. Why you dancing from? And where you like Joey? Why you dancing from? So tell us about the current business too. You kind of happy because you get leg or what? I see you dancing current account. You dancing current account. You dancing. I guess so. You will study good now. Eh? I was like before when you used to study. What you should study on? Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay, you mean to come in the current now?
Yes.
So it will hard for you to study your lesson and things. So now that current year now, you will study. What class in? Sixth grade. What's the age? I hope you pass it because current year now. I will come out to go and visit you. I will ask for a grade sheet though. Okay. So they're speaking to us, saying that the community cover used to go around sharing sometimes 8, sometimes 9, and they used to find it difficult to do their studies and things. But since AEC has come in, so they are.
Okay. All right. So I think this is where it is, and I'm not going to say more on what has happened because the people, I'm going to search for the next clip. The people
they themselves have already told the story.
Yeah, they've already explained
Of course,
exactly.
They've already told the story, and I think the highlight of this whole thing is the fact that you had a lot of young children definitely expressing their happiness, because that's a moment where I guess a lot of them didn't actually think that they would have this moment. So maybe at a point in time, their parents would complain about community car not being stable or not coming on time, and they had some sort of difficulties when it comes to studying. So this moment that you have them to be a part of, history, I think I will call this history, because imagine after 20 plus years, now you have current to return to the people. I mean, not from the angle of, just an individual in the community trying to give out electricity, but we're talking about from the national level, right? They're experiencing this. So that is a moment that a lot of them are actually happy now, and they're grateful for it. So for me, that's a highlight for me from this whole thing that we just listened to as well as we just watched. So that was the highlight, and I think it goes back to people who have said this is not something to celebrate. If you sit back and tell someone this is not something to celebrate, then it means you're not really okay, Oliver, because one of the reasons people celebrate moments, one of the reasons people appreciate moments is the fact that they did not actually think they would have seen, or they did not actually think they would have experienced such moments. And the fact that they have experienced and they are even living in the moment, that is something to be grateful for. That is something to actually express your happiness. That is something to definitely express. So some people thought they were actually going to die, Oliver, before the government can reach out to them or LDC will reach out to them. But they're alive, and they witnessed the moment live. So that is like really, really amazing. I think wherever credit is needed, it should be given. Wherever praises are needed, definitely praises should be accorded. So that's a great thing. And I hope it goes a very, very, very long way, because a lot of people are actually happy now. And imagine, wow, after so many years, and now you're a part of, you know, a huge number of people who are experiencing LEC. So bravo to the government, bravo to LEC, and I'm also happy for folks who experienced that moment, and now they're going to continue experiencing something like this. So you don't have to say to people that is the government's responsibility. Everyone knows the government has responsibilities, the government has duties, but whenever it is done, or whenever one of the duties or one of the responsibilities is done, that is the moment where people should appreciate. It's more like you have your father. Your father is supposed to provide food for you. Your father is supposed to take good care of you. So whenever that is done, to show that you're grateful, to show your gratitude, you should be able to appreciate. You should be able to say thank you. You should be able to recognize the fact that your father continues to be there for you. It doesn't mean saying thank you. So I mean, that's his work, so he's supposed to do it. So I'm not saying thank you. It means you're an ingrate. It means you're on a path where you won't be able to be grateful. You won't be able to show gratitude whenever something good is done for you or on your behalf. So I think it is actually great that we have people who are not even supporters of the president. We have people who are not even seditious. They're still here saying thanks to the president. They're still here, experiencing this happy moment. So it is actually an amazing, amazing, amazing moment for everyone. Seriously.
Okay, so basically, for those of you watching online, you can see the lights beaming across Virginia area. Ricks Institute. So in the coming days, the entire district number 17 will be added to the national energy grid, and so that is just a bit of what we thought to bring to you. Now we will open up the lines, and by the time we open up the line today, the conversation is not going to be about the conversation is just not going to what is it?
When I said I get reminded of Joshua.
Oh, Joshua commentary? No, you don't want to allow Joshua run through your mind. But
I'm trying hard to get over it.
So we're going to open up the lines. I remember few communities that had no current prior to George Weah becoming president. And, I remember I have a tendency of, trying to steal credit or maybe ignore one good, gesture when it is done. For some, some personal reasons, I don't know, but I think for some selfish reasons. Now, if you are listening to this radio today, whether you support Weah or not, this is just a random survey we're trying to conduct. Whether you support President Weah or you don't support him, what we want you to do when you call on this radio is to tell us which community you are living in. That community you are living in, tell us if the road was paved before Weah became president. We want to know. If it had current before Weah became president, let us know. For example, we sit now on Clay and Kerry Street that play our office there. Clay and Kerry Street had quota before Weah became president. So when I call, I say, hello, my name is KOK. I live in Clay Street. Clay Street had quota. Clay Street had current before President Weah could come to power. That's the survey we want to do. Now, the reason why we're doing it is because we know a few communities, a lot of them. Like a good portion of Chikizu Factory up to the lower Johnsonville belt tested current under the president. There are several communities across Monserrato, including Cardwell, that used to hold the high tension wires. The current is from McCoffey. So they pass the high tension from McCoffey, they jump over Cardwell and put current in Douala, and the current started to come to town. When Weah came to power, that's when current entered Cardwell. So there are several communities that experience this thing. And the reason is just simple. The hydro they built, the hydro was not up to real capacity. And so we had to get involved with some business with the Transco CLSG project. where we are having current coming in from Ivory Coast. That current is also going to Sierra Leone, is going to Guinea. I mean, all of the countries around into that whole web, and they are contributing towards sustaining the power. They pay money, and the power is coming. But if your country, if your country ain't got good leadership, you can benefit from that current. Because the current is not free, you pay for it. And so what the government was able to do, the government said, okay, you know what? We're not going to depend on the hydro alone, because the hydro itself cannot support us. So we will go to subscribe with the CLSG program, make sure that the program is going to be very effective so that it will benefit our people. At the same time, will generate some money to pay our dues. And that's how you find current. They're running all over the country. Current, they're running. Even places that had current before, there is some form of new addition. They're adding new poles, they're adding new transmission lines, they're adding new connections to homes. And so that is what's happening with the energy sector. Bomi County, for example, somebody was joking with me to say one village in Bomi County, they got some horses that are attached on it. They got attached houses, but you enter inside, they got small freezer there. The people got the cold water that they're drinking. I haven't been to Bomi, but you ask me this thing, I show you pictures of that effect. So to the extent that villages in Grangida, there are villages in Grangida. The last time I was going to Maryland, there are villages in Grangida, villages in Nimba, where you have current wasting in purple and thatch houses. That is that is the modernization we want people to experience. That is how the economy can grow. Because if these farmers in the remote places can have access to electricity, and by the grace of God, government or any other NGOs start to give them, machinery equipment that can maybe greater the cassava for them to fix their gari fast, that can also do the pounding of the rice to ensure that they will not use much of their God-given energy to pound the rice and thing. It will enhance their agricultural productivity. For a country to develop, it is not an abrupt situation. It takes time. It is a gradualistic process. Today, Browville got current. The next time Browville, will want to fall under the developmental, agenda of any government, whether that judge we are or not, they're not going to be concerned about current anymore. All of what they will be doing when they build a new house is to go there and connect that new house. But to say the power infrastructure, the new government will think about carrying new power infrastructure to Browville. No. They will not be replacing meters. They'll be replacing transformers. That's all. And maybe in the distant future, as the communities will start to expand, going all the way deep into Cruiserville and other places, perhaps they could start to do new erection of tension wires. But Browville would never experience anything like bringing brand new electricity infrastructure to that district. It's not going to happen. Now, if Browville want to talk about anything else, maybe it'll be the pavement of the other roads leading to the different townships and stuff. That is how a country can get developed. So these are small things. When you put it together, the book people call it accumulation. In the end, it's going to accumulate to something huge. That's how people start to measure progress. So when you pass around in the community and somebody say, hey, Joey, I ain't doing nothing, ask the people in Browville today. We just played their video. Ask the people in Puerto Farm. Ask the people, all the way in Pipeline. There are people all over the country who had no roads to where they're living. They had no electricity today. They have it. Is the country like America? Is Liberia beautiful than Nigeria? No. Is Liberia better than Ghana? I said no. We are not where we want to be as a country, but definitely we are a step further from where we were as a people. The fact that there were communities with current and those communities now have electricity, the fact that there were some communities with dirty roads and those communities are being connected with secondary paved roads across the country, that alone is an indication that the country is moving towards progress. Now, in the midst of all of these issues, to have a Liberian threatening the peace of the country, irrespective of whatever giving that person hard time, it's a terrible thing. Now, I'm saying this to you. No matter the situation in the country, and I'm repeating, no matter what is at stake, there should be no reason why a Liberian should think that the only way to resolve anything on the earth, especially in Liberia, is to fight war. Now, if such a statement is coming from anybody and you're still around that person, it justifies your intention for the country. And I'm going to be politically practical about this conversation. Mr. Baga said, if they cheat him, that will be the end of Liberia. Maybe Sumayana heard the video before. Maybe Sumayana heard Mr. Baga's statement before. Let's play it. He said, if they cheat him, that will be the end of Liberia. And I see people justifying that statement. But let's play it. Then you will know exactly what we are talking about. Listen to it. Listen to this.
That's why you have to protect it. If you think they will see this election, you will not lie. Because if you do it, that's the end of this country. Because if you do it, that's the end of this country. We're not going to allow that to happen. Because if you do it, that's the end of this country. We're not going to allow that to happen. Because if you do it, that's the end of this country. We're not going to allow that to happen. If you do it, that's the end of this country. We're not going to allow that to happen. Because if you do it, that's the end of this country. We're not going to allow that to happen. If you do it, that's the end of this country. We're not going to allow that to happen.
If you do it, that's the end of this country. If you do it, that's the end of this country. The first thing is, Alexa, Austin, Abu, Wendell, the rest of the people at this radio station, all of us combined, we do not support any forgery. Stealing, we not support it. We do not support fraudulent activities. In fact, if I'm somewhere and somebody said they come and cheat anything, whether the football game or election, I'm not into it. We have zero tolerance on electoral malpractice. We have zero tolerance on it. So just get it clear. We do not support cheating in any form. Hey, we support people in this country for political office. When the Liberian people go to work and they vote for you, and the number they vote for you, if the number is incorrect, and they say, oh, you not win, you not win. Whether we support you or not, if you go to election, you not win the election. When you lose the process, you lose the process. We will encourage you to either go prepare and come back, or if you don't want to contest again, you can go and sit down and do whatever you want to do. We will not support anything fraudulent. Why we hold that as a value? For somebody to use the issue of cheating as a precondition to ending Liberia, that will be the end of this country. Do you know why it means to say the country will end? To say Liberia will end is to mean the entire human being in the country will end. Because the only way this country will end is when all of us in Liberia die. I mean, all the people in the country. The 1.5 million human beings in the country, all will have to die. Then mean the country end. Then when different people come and take over the country, there will be, maybe they would name it something else. Maybe Africa will take something added to them, Guinea take something added to them, Sierra Leone take something added to them, then Liberia is done and dusted. But to say the country will end, it means the people too in the country will end. Now, how do you reach to a point of making such a statement? Irrespective of whatever you think the situation may be. And by the way, the man making this statement is an individual who has been alleged to have benefited from fraudulent political activities in this country. In 2011, just so you know, there were reports on the BBC, several other news channels across the world, reported that the CDC political leader by the time, Winston Totman, Councillor Totman, had reservation with the conduct of the runoff elections where Joe Barker was running for vice president for his re-election. The major political party in the country at the time, CDC, had reservation of the process. In fact, they were agitating and calling on the National Elections Commission to do the right thing when James Famoya took CDC result and gave it to United Party and took United Party result and gave it to CDC. When they asked him, he said he made mistake. Be man of that. Hell of a grown individual who went to school. He got reading glasses. He said he made mistake. Deliberately in the face of, I think that one already happened. In the face of the cameras and other places, he said he made mistake. You think George Weah couldn't make that statement to say we end Liberia because the signals are clear? From Weah took our number and gave it to you. You think Weah couldn't order for the whole country to end by then? Oh, yes. CDC that I know as a political party, with the population in CDC, an individual from diverse, background, if they had intention to have ended the country in 2011, they would have done so. But we have said, and I'm saying this today on the radio, many of our friends in the CDC may not like it. Many of our friends in the CDC may not like what I'm saying, what I'm about to say. There were people who went to Weah in 2011 and said, Pape, this thing is clear. They are cheating you, and Winston Totmo gave us instruction. I'm saying this to you. There are people in the CDC who went to George Weah in 2011 and said, they are personally cheating you. Joe Barker and Ellen cheating you in the election. Gave us instructions. Gave us instruction. And you know that instruction was a diabolical one. Was an instruction that will mean no good for Liberia. Weah looked them in the face in the morning. In fact, the president told me, George Weah took out a shot in your yard. He took out a shot. And he looked at them one after the order and said, if I gave you the instruction you want, who are you going to fight? The police that your government will put in uniforms to come and fight you are your brothers and sisters. The military people who may come to do reinforcement in case the police is not able to contain the crowd are your brothers and sisters. These are people that our political party as an institution will come to liberate. These are people we are supposed to provide leadership for. If I give you instruction to go and start shooting them, to go and start fighting them, and your case, everybody in the country, if we come to power, who are we going to lead? Oh, my source told me Weah was without t-shirt that day. He took out his shirt and said, I want to say this thing to you. Y'all look at my body. And so that instruction that you need, I am not going to give it because beyond Liberia, beyond politics, this country should exist. We've suffered so much, and I'm not going to allow anything that would jeopardize the peace of the country. Right there, the guys' heart went down. Right there, bulk of them, they got frustrated on the spot, but later on, they got to understand that what he was saying was actually correct. Because he said, if I give this instruction, I may not even live to become the president that you want me to be. You may not live to become the minister, the director, the assistant director that you want to be in our government. So why should I give you instruction when, in fact, in the process of executing that instruction, there may not be Liberia, there may not be you, there may not be our party, there may not be our headquarters, there may not be even me. And so, even though they were angry, but later on they saw reason. He said, "Go back," and that's where this famous statement, "For the sake of peace, I let go." And we are attended the inauguration in January. He attended the inauguration. Now, forgetting that whole aspect of it, look at George Weah face to face, eye to eye. We are not a politician who got thick skin to cheat in election. George Weah's political party, CDC, became a subject of ridicule in this country between 2019 to 2020 in Monserrado. The CDC went to the length of deploying all of their arsenals, all of their tactics to reclaim the seat from the senator from 1603. The election of Thomas Falah and Delon was a very, very strong election that CDC put her all into. At the end of the day, we all know African politics. The ruling party When they won't have their way, they can have it. That's typical African politics. Why folks were expecting the president to push the thing in the line of Thomas Falah? He said, no. We campaigned, we did all we could. The Monserrato people said Delon better than Tifa. Since they supported Delon and they voted for him, Delon is the senator. There are records to show in this country of elections being held under George Weah administration where key members of the opposition political parties went against partisans of his interest. In those cases, bulk of them, opposition force won and they got their position. Up Capitol Hill, they're sitting there. Now, are there records to show George Weah trying to change any electoral result in any district or county in the country since he became president? Do we have a record to show that? Now, the only time you will make such a statement is if this person is noted for electoral malpractice. But since the president came to power, there is not a record to show we are trying to alter the original decision of any electorate in any district, any county, or the entire country as a whole. Jonathan Borcha Segwe. Somebody who I'm told never used to let George Weah when they were playing football because of envy. Now, why they tell me? I don't know. Oh, yeah, boy, obvious now. You're working together. The other men were there. The people, y'all go, some of the people, you're speaking to him, go, they can't speak to you too much. You'll become envious. I'm told that's why he ain't supporting Weah. Went to River G County to contest against a CDC candidate and another CDC lawmaker who, could not contest on the party ticket. He also ran as an independent candidate. Borcha won the election with a very thin margin. A typical African leader who can cheat, who got cheating in their DNA, will look and say, I think River G will causing noise. Before when they start working on Freetown to kind of Memorial, before they read Memorial, they get tired. A typical African politician will go to River G and cheat in an election. What did Borcha do when he come Memorial? If when River G people in Memorial, they're not playing it. They do if I all the River G people was supporting when he come protect Memorial, it would die down. And you think a line Buffer Chambers. Buffer Chambers won the election in Maryland County. They stepped on him. He came to Monrovia. A certain leader of the country went to the court to ensure that he was not given the senatorial seat in 2014. There are records, and Joe Baca was the vice president when Buffer Chambers was deprived of his senatorial position in Maryland County. Yet under a Weah's administration, not a single county election went on, and you had the president taking the real winner and giving it to somebody else. No record to show. Go all over the place. Go there and ask. Now, to come and make such a flimsy statement, Joe Weah the man who left pressure. You really ask yourself for real. We are the man who got time for too many things. This is somebody who by nature is a successful creature. And up to now, I'm still thinking whether there is any human being lucky like we are. No, they don't call it sycophancy or don't call it, loyalty or whatever the case. To find somebody who did not go to football academy, you go to school to play football, and went to the level of conquering the entire earth on football. That's extreme luck and God's grace. This is somebody who did not do political science. In fact, when you're in school, he knew nothing about political discussion, to know how the economy looking, to know how the budget. No. He had no part to play when you were in Western on who do the one with the budget, what kind of capital building going for constituency break. He had no involvement with politics in the country. He retired from football, came and became the president of a country where you have serious, sound-minded political people with legal, credentials. He's extremely lucky. He has been president. Whether you like it or not, when your children reciting Joseph Jikin Rawa, Stephen Allen Benson, after Ellen Johnson Sally, they will not call your partner. The next person they will call that George Weah. The record is clear that he is president. He has served as a president for the country. So even if the Liberian people in the worst case scenario say they are not going to vote him, that Weah man load as somebody who able to support anything like pressure. So for that statement to even come from both Joe Baca is a clear indication that he knew what he did in 2011. It means he knew how he became president in 2006. Oh, that's the whole indication. And so because you are not there for stealing, or because you know, a person criminal, when criminal pass somewhere, and the man see some people standing around, they hustle on the way, man will say somebody you haven't stealing yet. He will not ask anybody, but just as soon as he see the pattern, you will understand that somebody stole from the place. So they just woke up from the blue sky and say, hey, you cheat, it means somebody have cheated somewhere, one down before, and you saw it. But hey, the Liberian people will make a decision to go to vote. Those who will vote for Mr. President will vote for him because of some of the unprecedented things he is doing. Today, PHP, a beach that once witnessed people being killed, a horrible scene to behold for those who existed in Liberia by that time. Today, when you go to PHP, you will be amazed by the vigorous transformation ongoing. Liberians are seeing it. All the Liberian people are not that ungrateful. They are not crazy people. Today, the road leading to Lover County, although there are challenges associated with the corridor, but at least the time people used to suffer between Bon County towards Salaye, they can no longer go through those unbearable pains because, to a greater extent, a good portion of the kilometer was able to be done across the Lofa Bridge. There is hope that Konya, Vonjima to Menekoma will be touched in the coming years. Today, the folks who used to be commuting between Ganta to Sanikwele up to the Lokatua border area. Today, although the road is not 100% towards the border, but between Ghana to Sanikwele, you can drive 100% on Kota and pushing towards the Kample and going towards the border area with just small portion of the road, left to be 100% done. For these small things, including Ghana to Saklepie and the rest of the other routes across the country, they are grateful that the president was able to do so under 6 years of his administration, with COVID-19 taking 2 extra years. For them, that their children can go to public universities and they are not concerned about school fees. All they have to do is to just register the children and the whole tuition thing is off their shoulder. For them, that is something for them. For some of them, the fact that their girl children will not be molested and sexually harassed by those who have some money before they can go take wire because the government is saying, I will pay the wire fees. In their opinion, that is an additional reason to go and vote him. So Liberians have too many reasons why, in my opinion, they will vote we are. And if they go to the polls to vote we are for the tremendous job in less than 6 years that he was able to do, to take into consideration the Gardnersville, the Patient Shop route, the small Simako, to Tusafi corridor for the New Georgia estate through the New Georgia Gulf to go to Bonneville corridor, to the Johnsonville Road, the Pipeline Road, the Johnsonville towards Mount Barkley corridor. When they think about all of the different projects, including all the ERWA rehab, different corridors, and they sum them up, the accumulative results will push them to voting for Mr. President. Now, if they go in their number and vote more than those who will still keep subscribing to the Brakas theory, the Brakas tendency, that will mean to you, Liberian people, that bulk of the people have voted in line with the president. How then do you expect such a result to play out in your favor when the people themselves are seeing exactly what's going on? So wait, go to the game. Go to the process. Go to the process. You have your pool washers all over the place. You have pool washers. To the extent you have technical statisticians assigned at the level of the National Elections Commission to bear witness to the compiling of reports. You have the data. You know how to work the things out. Why are you crying foul? When the first ballot is not in yet, why are you crying foul? Okay, assuming, and there's the worst case scenario. Assuming you go to the process, somebody cheat you. For God in heaven's sake, you look at Liberia right now. Go to Invisible Park today. And the good thing about those who playing there, some of them will not vote for the president. I'm clear with you. Go to Clarendon Football Field today. Those who are practicing there, if there are practice sessions ongoing at the moment, some of them will not vote for the president. Go on the Johnsonville Road. Those who driving their beautiful cars on it today, some of them will not even vote for the president. But the good thing is that the country is active and running and moving. The weekend, we had something that thing called a gathering. You have a lot of young people going to entertain themselves. They're having fun. They're drinking alcohol. They're buying their food. Go to the beaches every Friday, Thursday. The beaches are active. Monrovia is having a lot of brand new hotels growing up. There are too many shopping malls, you know, I mean, many malls coming up. We have the China Mall that is somewhere around the SKD area. There are different supermarkets, different hotels, different shopping sprees opening across the country. Liberia is on a path to greatness. Whether we have become president or not, the country is on a path to somewhere that we all anticipate. Now, look at the current situation and you think about somebody who's saying Liberia will end. Even if the worst case scenario they cheat you, you alone going to power. Is it enough to throw back all of what we have attained as a country and people? Now, had George Weah said to himself in 2011 that we will end the country, Mr. Baka, I'm not to show you because it would have been one of the primary targets. If we had decided to end the country in 2011, I'm not too sure you would have been around. So my take is, it is, and I hope your United Party people will come up with an apology. The best thing they can do, because I also went, I mean, we did a lot of research around, we sorted, you know, opinions out. There are even partisans of the United Party, people who wanted to vote for you, they are concerned about your statement. For them, they can never place you over Liberia. Seditionists themselves can never place George Weah over Liberia. Nobody, even you, Baka, George Weah, Tiawan, none of you better than the country. I'm saying this to you. George Weah, Tiawan, Baka, Cummins, none of you. You put all that together, you're not better for Liberia. So for you to sit down and want to subject the country to war because you say you're not winning, so you're for war. I mean, how dare you say that? How dare you? You had the advocates in the 80s and 90s. Oh, there is one thing corruption, Tobo is corrupt, Joe is corrupt, Taylor is corrupt. All of the corrupt. This one is bad, this one is bad. You brought war in the country. Yeah? People that bring Johnson and facilitated the war, fought the war, slaughter people, kill people, dead stuff, butt naked, and open people's stomach. When the country became peaceful in 2003, go and see the other reports. When you, vice president, sat as the second man in control, people criticize previous administrations, talk about Doe, Taylor, all of the administration criticize it. When the whole world said, okay, let's go help Liberia. Let's take peace to Liberia. In 2003, the war came to us and said, let us restore democracy and sanity to Liberia. The world helped us. Gracefully, you became the second man in charge of that transformational era. Under your watch, if I refer you to the GSC report, Mr. Baka, you would dare not talk about any Liberia because you serve as the you serve as the deputy presiding officer when a lot of things didn't go down well with our people. Today, the private sector is a mess. Because when you sat over the Liberian Senate as head of the Senate, directing the course of action of the Senate deliberation, you preside over 68 concessions that today cannot account for 1% of the human development index of our country. Oh yes, the private sector is messy. All of the concessions you brought here were 419 and BM institutions. After 2-3 months, they all left. The Libyan people brought a project here that's supposed to make us to grow rice that we can eat and starve. We sort of grow here, eat it, sell some. Under your watch in Foya, only the old machines we can see in Foya today. That project went down the drain. When we refer to the GSC report, there are too many things that happened. The executive mansion y'all burned, it was George Weah who had to renovate a good portion of it today. It is in use. 12 years, you could not go to the mansion. You were unable to bring it to speed because I don't know why, but it is this regime that. So, are you supposed to even tell us about ending Liberia? Before you, there was Liberia. After you, there will be Liberia. To think about ending Liberia is totally counterproductive to our peace. And I don't think a man like you, who people regard to be an elder, should be issuing those statements. It is terrible. It is unfortunate. You don't want to do it. I hope you will apologize. I hope you will apologize. Because like I said, you will, Joe out, Kumizu, Gongo, Monibao, who the other president candidate, you know, Alexa?
Sarah Beslow.
Beslow. They are 20. How come we now name? I mean, they are 20.
I think we're familiar with just.
Yeah, I mean, they are 20. How come we just read about 6, then we retire? But all of you combined, you're not better than the country. The country is bigger than all of you. I say all 20 of you combined, you're not bigger than Liberia. Then you alone, just say and say, when they cheat me, there will be the end of the country. Oh, there will be the end of the Catholic Church in Liberia. There will be the end of the Methodist Church in Liberia. There will be the end of the Baptist Church in Liberia. There will be the end of just be naming all the things.
Even the schools we have.
Our villages will end. All the houses we live in will end. All of our churches, everything in the country will end. How dare you threaten the existence of a whole sovereign country to your personal interest? And you become president of Zimbabwe, you will pay everybody in the country. You will build house for everybody in the country. Will you give everybody visa in the country to travel? Will you feed everybody in the country? How dare you subject the peace and stuff? There are Liberians who just do not care about who is president.
They don't.
No, maybe you know. There are some Liberian people, they don't care. They don't give a heck of whoever is president. All they want to do is in the morning, they have the chance to go to their store, they do their little business, they come, who president, who not president, who wins senatorial seat, who not win. They don't care. You don't even take them into consideration. You say there will be the end of Liberia. Mr. Bwaka, there are pregnant women currently waiting to deliver. There are young children who are yet to even reach 6 months. There are kids who have been born at the moment. Some children are 3 hours ago. Some children are 2 minutes ago. Some children are 1 second ago. You don't even think about it. You say you will end Liberia. How? And you are supposed to be the rescue father. You are supposed to be the one rescuing the country, but yet you are threatening the existence of the country. I hope you will apologize. I hope your team will do an apology to the Liberian people, because not only Liberians are forget sedition because they will not like what you said, but there are Liberians who are with our political parties who are dissatisfied. They are so hurt. There are some of them who are even thinking about considering you as a perfect option to replace him as a president, but they have doubt based on your judgment. And I'll end on the issue with the story in the Bible. 2 ladies went to King Solomon fighting over a baby. In the case, this baby is Liberia. One is saying that my child, the other one said that my child. Mr. Bwaka, you are a deacon, you know the story. But I'm saying it because of the other people that bought Nick and Perha. You didn't read the Bible good. So I'm saying it so that you will understand the story. The one who had no interest in the country, in the baby said, let's divide it into 2. When you say we're in Liberia, it means you're saying, let us divide the baby into 2. You heard Mr. President when he came to the airport? He said, I'm not going to get instruction to hurt any fly. If they beat me, I will quietly walk off the executive mansion and turn power over to the next person. Mr. Bwaka, why are you asking the baby to be divided? Is that how you want to rescue the country? What making you angry now? Why are you angry? In fact, you have not even witnessed insult. You got a lawmaker who is supporting you, who is on record for insulting the president from morning to night. And you are the president, but now you finish killing plenty of people. Mr. Bwaka, I'm being honest with you. The amount of insult George Weah has received because he became president in this country, the amount of unnecessary attacks, some of them sponsored by you, that he has received. And he is still maintaining his head. I mean, there is nobody in jail in this country for political comments they made against him. Nobody, no political prisoner. If you are like George Weah, and maybe the country empty. Because almost everybody who is good at writing and reading the country got a record of cursing George Weah publicly. And you check it out, all of them passing around, nobody touching them. That's who George Weah is, a tolerant leader. Then you will even go to election, you say Liberia will end. If Liberia end now, you become president, who are you going? Okay, assuming you start the process to end Liberia. Then you end Liberia. Then you the head now. Who you coming to lead? Oh, when everybody in the grave, then you become president of a dead nation? Is that the leader you want to be? Or then you become rescue father of a nation that will perish? A nation where all of the infrastructure will go down the drain? A nation where all of the current, all of the different connections, the different recreational parks we are having, all of the proper housing unit, the road leading to your home in Lopa, a nation where all of these things will crumble because you said you will end the country. When you become president at the end of the day, is it that nation that you will lead? A war-ravaged and war-torn country? Sometimes our desperation for power should not lead us to making statements that even our children will not be proud of. If we were to ask your grandchild, Mr. Boaka, your great-great-granddaughter, she will tell you, granddaddy, you slipped. Oh yes, she will tell you, granddaddy, you made an error. You need to apologize. You got to do it, not for me, because I don't support you, but do it for at least those who support you and those who hate war. Well, you think everybody who clapping rescue, you think people are happy with you being around Prince Johnson? You think your people are really happy? What they are exhibiting is something called unusual tolerance. Do you think your people are happy that Mela Bodneke is coming back and threatening to bring war after he's on record of explaining how he opened small child's stomach and ate their heart and stuff? You think people are happy to see the kind of people around you? In the midst of it all, you came up and you're validating all of what they said. That will be the end of the country. How dare you end the country because you're threatening? You are the vice president. I can bring Sasewu right on the table. Call the traditional leader and get Sasewu. Whether you're not benefited in fraudulent election in the country, Mr. Boaka, tell the Sasewu and see whether you move on to that place, whether get the Sasewu to go to your own area. I mean, let's be honest. Mr. Boaka, you are aware that you, Madam Salif, and ECOWAS called George Weah and people in the CDC to a meeting and your appeal. In fact, you wanted to go on your knees. The president said, by that time you're not president, you're ordinary citizen. He said, don't go on your knees, you are an old man. And you and Ellen told him, you people are young, George. 2017 will be gone. That will be your time. So beg you. The country got to go on. I can't agree. They won't care, George. We are the one being, they want jack on him. They bet with him, to tell him all type of bad thing, to threaten him. George Weah said, there is nothing I can do. These are people who are in power. They are sitting government. And people who want to come and talk to us are the people in the ECOWAS region. I cannot go against them because if I do it, I may not have the backing. So for the sake of peace, let it go. You think John Weah, Paka, when he accepted that, you think he didn't know what he was doing? But on the contrary, he is not even intending to cheat you. The work he has done is enough to justify and convince those who want to vote him. If they are not enough to give him the victory, he will leave. So don't be doing all that thing. The country will not do no war. Liberians are educated. Liberians are advanced. Liberians are really transformed. Even the Zogo scared of hold gun right now. Because you know why? He prefers to go and hustle for an Okopa in peace. He sell it. He buy a car, he buy a copa, he buy a weed, whatever thing you want to buy, he smoke it at a business. The next day you go back on your hustle. It is better off than going to risk his life. So please, I know you won't be president. Please. I know people then pushing you to be president. Please, I know there are people who are waiting to become ministers, to be abusing our little daughters and sisters around here. I know, I agree. But please, as they are desperately pursuing you, don't allow them to make you to issue statements that will not resemble an old man like you are. It's time for all to take call. Maybe we gotta go take it. Alexa, why I get the lines prepared?
So I guess we've already gone over our time, but I will just say a few lines and then tomorrow we'll get back. I will continue exactly. But I think one of the things that is actually absurd is the fact that you have a lot of people, a lot of folks who are defending the former vice president's statements. If you think you love Liberia, or if you know you love Liberia, you will look the former vice president in the face and tell him he was out of order. In fact, he is out of order to have said something like that. A lot has happened. Liberians are not going back to exactly where this country came from.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Liberia is not going back. Liberia is not going back. So I think at about this moment, a lot of people should stop being sentimental when it comes to these reckless statements being made by a lot of the folks who are considered to be elders, a lot of the folks who are considered to be the quote-unquote sophisticated class of our country.
Mm-hmm.
To have a statement like that coming from those people, it is clear that these people are very desperate at about this moment. And they don't care about whatever happens because they have a fixed goal. And that goal is to take leadership and get exactly what they've been lacking in their own, description for a couple of years. That's exactly why they're so desperate. So imagine you have the former vice president, someone who has experience, someone who is, a person they consider as a person who has wisdom and fart. He has said a lot. And if you go back to the audio, you will listen to him clearly. We're not here doctoring words to say no. We're not doing that, but we'll continue this discussion tomorrow.
Okay. Let's take our break quickly. We take a few calls and we go home.
Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crimes for all of us. Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make a peace for them before. Crime Stopper Liberia, from the center to interior. Crime Stopper, keeping us safe, let's stopping crimes for all of us.
Crime Stopper Liberia is your community crime fighting partner. Don't take the law into your own hands. Remember, if you see a crime, report it. This is a message from your own self, Old Man Sam Cyan.
Crime Stopper, the people bringing safety to your door. Crime Stopper, stopping crime and make it.
Okay, so let's take a few calls right now and be going from here on 87.9. Let's go over to line 1 and take this person calling on line 1. Let's see if we can squeeze in this person. What is the name? Where do you join us from? Quickly, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Good afternoon.
Good evening from Liberia. Quickly, let's hear you.
Yeah, okay. That is Lucien Vaughn coming from the USA.
Go ahead.
I want to say thank you, Alyssa, for the show, and thank you guys for coming back to the studio because we've been missing you people. Well, to the discussion on KOK, like when you guys started the show, KOK, when you were playing our Liberian brother that were playing the comedian role about commentating the politics in our country. There is an indication to show that the young people of Liberia are actually following what's happening in the country, okay? And there is applause. And that indication showed that we are getting somewhere. But the issue, okay, when Liberian in the Broadville era, I was born in Broadville, and my father had a property. I lived in Broadville for the rest of my life until I came in America. If people in Broadville today can be jubilating, celebrating electricity, okay? When I was born in Broadville, we had electricity in Broadville. At that time, Broadville was like a forest. There were butchers everywhere in Broadville, from Iron Gate all the way down to VOA, right? So if today our people can jubilate and celebrate the electricity after over 30 years, when the war came, the war destroyed everything. I can still remember in Broadville, in the village, the town I was born in, the electricity was there. We used to watch our games, everything in the nighttime. But when the war came, all of those things were destroyed. So if today our people can start celebrating electricity, our children can start seeing current, okay, it's an indication that Liberia is heading somewhere.
Okay.
And those that are running around with the war tune, like the Prince Johnson people, the Yeke Koluba, and all these folks from the opposition that are talking about they want to bring guns, they want to do this, they want to do that. We're calling on them to go to the ballot box. This election will be free and fair. If they work hard, that record will speak for them.
Okay.
Person we have work hard, the record will speak for him.
Thank you.
So we call on every Liberian KOK to stick with peace because peace is the solution to the country. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We'll leave you. We'll take this other person. Go ahead. Let's hear you. Hello. 1 minute.
Hello, KOK.
Hello, sir. Let's hear you.
Yeah, KOK. This is Bishop Samuel Sompong-Seyon from Brunswick.
Go ahead, Bishop.
Thank you, KOK, for that wonderful explanation. KOK, we are saddened, very much saddened by the incident and the utterances that came from our former vice president. For me personally, as an individual, I'm heartbroken. KOK has stood about a few kilometers away and watched Prince Johnson shooting my big brother down in Yucatan 19. We are hurt. And this woman is talking about returning Liberia back, that there will be no Liberia. It's surprising. It made many lose confidence in that vice president. We are saddened about utterances. Waka must apologize to the Liberian people for that utterances he made in Basel. He must apologize. Waka must do that. He went below the belt.
Okay.
He never acted like a statesman. You stop what they're doing to this country. Thank you, okay.
Thank you very much, Bishop Sompong. Let's take this other person. Go ahead. Let's hear you. 1 minute.
Yeah, Kale, how are you?
We are great, sir. What's your name?
Yeah, this is Dave. I call from Massachusetts.
Massachusetts, the U.S. Go ahead, Dave.
Listen, that's the statement from Joseph Walker. He's my uncle, but so disappointed in him. And we're going to talk to him to apologize for Liberian people. Liberia is bigger than him. If we do not apologize, trust me, we will not vote for him. Thank you very much.
Okay, we leave you right there from Massachusetts, a unity partisan from where they're in Massachusetts. Let's take this person. Go ahead. 1 minute. What's your name? Where you join us from?
Good evening, KOK.
Good evening, sir. Let's hear you.
My name is Robert James. I'm calling from Raylight.
Raylight. Mr. James, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, I first of all want to appreciate you for the show, more especially our young Liberian brother who was the commentator. I follow that guy. He's making headway, actually. And then we really enjoy him. But it was just like throwing rat on other people. I was just killing myself with laughing. But okay, this is the issue that I really want to flag. The last time I called on your show and you promised that I comment on the issue of the DEA. You say you're going to bring the DEA director to.
Oh yeah. We are still having conversation with him.
Okay, and I challenge you, KOK, that your man will not come to see that casket of press.
We are gonna have Marcus there you on the platform. Trust me. Once I say we're gonna bring him.
Okay, I will be glad if you even say you want evidence. I will give some to you so you can be playing your voice. Let you try to prove as to whether that is voice or not.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you, my brother. We leave you right there. Let's take this other person on the line. Go ahead. 1 minute. Let's hear you. We don't have the luxury of time.
Hello, KOK.
Quickly, 1 minute. Orita Do, no time.
KOK, Orita Do. You see, KOK, Joseph Walker. And who shallow running behind? You see that get so cheap person that we are that can reflect on your mind, they can be thinking on it. They just see that person that we will do the thing. That's why he wants to destroy the whole country. But then he that telling all that he coming rescue us. So then he telling all that we must be so when they cheat it, the country will not be normal. So they'll tell you that come October will be here. No matter what he must say, that people will not listen to them arrested. That sees they say they kill us, and freedom fighter, and they kill our people. Until we need something, they come around, and we're not working with the people. Thank you.
We leave you right there. We leave you. Let's take this other person on the line. Are you available? Go ahead. 1 minute. Let's hear you.
How you doing, Oliver?
We are great. Quickly, no time.
Thank you so much. This is Christian Yantin, and I joined the conversation from the office of the intellectual line.
1 minute, Christian.
You know, Oliver, some of the reason why these people are panicking, the fact that these were things that they did, even ranging from 2005. If you follow the history related around the first round of the election, even in Nima, that history is proving that President Weah won Nima when Nima had Joseph Otto in the race, the only presidential candidate contesting at that time. So these are things that they are doing, but they forget to know that President Weah is a peaceful man. Even when he came back from the recent hunger, he was clear that the peace of our country should be protected to the core. And President Weah did not stop that today. The National Elections Commission, Yombli, for example, Yombli is a major critic of the government. Yombli went to election with a government candidate and won out of Team Martin. That candidate, Yombli, will be protected today. She's in the Senate and still being harsh against the government. Senator Delon, for example. Senator Delon against the government. He won an election yet. For example. So these are people that the National Elections Commission conducted a free, fair, and transparent election, and they won. Their elections were given back. Their elections were given to them. So I don't know where they are coming from with this panicking stuff. That is the reason why I'm disappointed in former Vice President Joseph Yuma Boakai, because the thinking to wanting to beating war drum, it is a cognitive challenge of the president of somebody who is really in thinking.
Thank you.
Who is really in thinking. That is the reason why they are doing these things. And we know that the surroundings of an individual. The law says if we shoot gun, you not know where gun will come from.
Thank you.
Senator Johnson is also saying the same thing. And Joseph Yuma Boakai is saying the same thing. So these people have a sinister motive. The only thing we can do for them as citizens lover of George, we are the developers. The right way to go. Let overwhelming clock stop the line, vote, and ensure that President we are can be a one-round victorious candidate in this primary.
Thank you. We'll leave you right there. No time. We'll leave you. Thank you very much. Let's take this other person on the line. Go ahead. Let's hear you. 1 minute.
Yeah. Thank you, kind. Let me say good evening to Alexa.
Go ahead.
My name is Ibrahim Brooklyn. I hear you from Cloud and J7. First, I want to commend you. I'm not here to hold the line so much, but I just want to commend all of you guys, for making today like Liberia a state, our democracy, our country is peaceful, is stable because of you people. I want to say thank you so much for your hard work. Look, kind, I will be very quick here. This statement made by Ome Bwaka should be condemned by all Liberians. Look, this election will come in who Liberia will remain. Hello?
We're hearing you quickly.
Thank you, kind.
Okay.
See, I'm very disappointed. Especially our Muslim council. Up to present, they have not issued any statement against Ome Bwaka. Can you imagine for Prince Johnson to take the country, even a stand up bearer, Joseph Bwaka because of power? I think this is a ridiculous statement made by Ome Bwaka. We all need to condemn him. For that reason, Liberian people were rejecting. It's one of the most needed election results last year. Down to the one election. And those that are so desperate for power, down to the going to win this election, absolutely not. Because this president is the one of the peaceful president, somebody who loves the country, his people, somebody who thinks right. And the reason being, today this country is stable. But let me say this to Joe Bwaka. Let me say this to you, Ome Bwaka. If you think you will end Liberia because of the election, you are mistaken. We are resist. We will protect this country. We will not go anywhere. Today, you see someone in the country, even to speak English is difficult for us. It's because of you people. We will pour war in the country. Our people took us another country. It will never happen.
Thank you.
Our apple is open. We will defend this country to the core. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We'll leave you right there. We take this other person. Go ahead. 1 minute.
Thank you. Good evening.
Good evening, Chief. Go ahead. No time.
Thank you. Let me say hello to say Eliza William Debbie Wulu.
Go ahead, William.
Yeah, kind. Honorable Bwaka, that I want development, but we have people want development. That's why I got a Rahin, like a small opium money, and everybody in the war. See, that the master Jana Prince Johnson. See, that all the things that they know about it, they're doing it, then they want to say that they want to put on president. We are. But kind development is key. That is someone who call more tell you. But where was there for 2 years on a regime? We have one single call or equal well. But we have regime in 2 years' time. Well, they're calling now we join it, they come back. They come back on one law calling for 4 hours or 3 hours. No. So you see that? That development that we are enjoying. People want to derail it. They think what came from Java Touring when they walked in now today. So some folks want to be idle kinds of degrees back. They have degree, but now everything was abundance. For what reason? And they pop one now. They got to war. Sometimes they want to go back and it can't happen. No, it can't happen.
Thank you.
Development over another thing. And President William come October 10, 2023. That very first day. It will be a one-round victory. Thank you very much.
We leave you right there. We take this other person on the line. Hello, go ahead. Let's hear you.
Yeah, okay. How you doing, Baba?
We are great, man. CC, let's hear you quickly.
Thank you. Let me say hi to Alexa, my daughter. Yeah, okay. Sometimes I listen to Bwaka. They feel very, very discouraged. And when Alexa grandfather here. That man fought what he brought defense from Lofa. And I tell you a little bit young. But especially time like you think you can hold on again 34 without win election in this country. He's talking in a care voice. When I win election in this country, there will be no one guy, you are a damn liar. There will be a Liberia. People fought for 14 years. People said, let me, and give me the story of the water fund. You are a damn crook. Bwaka, you can't do a damn to anybody in the country. You can't be Hong Kong. Why you let you get a Hong Kong? Why the time you get a Hong Kong? You get into Hong Kong. So once I want to go in and treat it, when you get Hong Kong, that will be your end of Liberia. You are a damn liar, Bwaka. I will tell you them for free. Because when the fire won't go, your job is done. Because I think you carry inside you. It can make it. So here goes on. Anything you said before you go to it. But then we have one election, you have to keep that up. So, but it was in the water. We saw it yet. We were quiet, but we have said no. For the sake of peace, two different times. The point possible that we are talking about when we not win election, there will be war, not Bwaka, just what say that. Because you not win election. You tell the best point today, okay. Let me say that you're all there yet. Let me say that all Bwaka.
Okay.
I tell you that you must say that if you win, you can't follow your point down. That one after it too. When I win election, there will be no Liberia. Let me say that man. You will not get one vote. Even in Lopa, and Monterano. Thank you.
We leave you right there. We take the last three, then we call it a day. The last three callers quickly. No time. When you are given the chance, please speak quickly. Just question 1 minute.
Good evening, okay.
Good evening. Quickly, let's hear you.
Because someone is now, let me say good evening to all these Lorraine Liberians who are in Tunis, including Alaska.
Mm-hmm.
Look, okay. When I heard the woman make that statement the other day, I felt so bad. But you know, he finds himself in an environment where people want to hear those kinds of statements. And he, as Osage, the self, or how you call it, or the much heralded wise one, is not supposed to be the one making such statements. He cannot bring this country to an end only because he did not win an election. We're supposed to be preaching peace at this time where Liberians are yearning for peace the most, because minus him, minus President Weah, minus any other person that are in that race, Liberia is our common denominator. So it does not matter who leads. What matters most is how can we maintain stability and push our country agenda forward. Let us start making those kinds of statements and beating the war drums. It will not help us, but rather tend to divide us as a people. Liberians have suffered a whole lot, and the lives of people have been built to an extent that we don't want to see war again.
Okay.
So let us stop pushing war. Thank you for the time.
Thank you very much. God's help. We take the last two callers, then we call it a day on today's edition. Let's take the last two callers. This person, what's your name? Where you join us from? Hello? Oh my God. Hello? What's your name?
Hello.
Hello. How you doing? What's your name?
Hello, okay.
How you doing?
Yeah, my name is Thomas Van. My name is Thomas Van. I'm calling you from Lao, Nima County.
Nima County, Lao. Let's hear you.
You see, KOK, for the first time, some of us seeing light coming in our villages where our houses are being connected. So that thing, Honorable Bwaka and Pre Johnson are talking, they're joking. Who's going to support that kind of nonsense? You know, this is a clear thing to tell you that Ambassador Bwaka have been behind the reason why Yeke and Co have been insulting the president, and he says nothing about it. You know, this just tells you that age has nothing to do with wisdom. But they can't make anybody afraid. We're not afraid, right? So we don't care. Let not listen to that thing. Nima County is not up for that thing. As far as we are concerned, we know what the work the president have done, and we're going to support him 100%. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you very much. We take the last person. What is the name? Where do you join us from quickly?
Okay, I'm Robert Makoya calling from Sour District, Backbay Avenue.
Go ahead, Robert.
I don't know. I want to see Honorable Joseph Bwaka. I want to see Joseph Bwaka. Because this Abe have been living in a world of cheating. That cheating he been living on, even from the agriculture ministry to the LPRC up to LPMC all the way to Madam Sally. He have been, and including in 12-year government, they have been living in cheating. So that's the reason why you want to preach cheating. Why you know about that? Why you can preach? Why you don't know you will not preach about it? But because you know about cheating, they have been the hero, they have been the PhD for cheating. That's the reason why he been preaching cheating. So you know that he live in cheating. So this Pape, nobody should take it serious because the only way you can live a life is to live on cheating, by cheating other people. Thank you very much.
We leave you right there. We take the exceptional caller. Quickly, you are the last. No other caller after you. Quickly.
Hello, okay.
Hello, ma'am. You're the last question. No time. We gotta go.
This is Smile. We're calling from St. Paul's Beach. Hello, Ilesa. Okay. I just want to ask Bwaka, when you were over the Senate, what did he do? He made all that money. What he do? But Joe was just senator. He told the children, he said, we pay your fees. Senator, you were over the Senate. All the work he been doing, so cheating. That's why he bend you. That's why he's scared of cheating. But Baka will not tell us say our control with him. What they hear, he get to shoot gun. What they hear, as Sisi said, what they hear, that Baka pack and go. We will beat him according to the way we're supposed to beat him. Come October 10th. Shame on him. SSAME. Shame.
Liberians can be in their worst state of destitution. Liberians can have the worst issues on their hands. They can be confronted with the worst economic problems. One thing the Liberians will never compromise is the peace of the country. They have a clear history of how war has been devastating to their lives, how many dreams have been shackled. They have a record of how this country became a mess as a result of war. For a leader aspiring to sit at the level of the presidency to issue threatening comments against the peace of our country says a lot about the thoughts of that person. The motherland will never burn. Liberia will never burn. We'll return on this radio tomorrow in continuation of a lot more of the information right here on 87.9. My name is Kai. Alexa was here. We'll return tomorrow. Bye-bye.
From the center to interior, keeping us safe. There are crimes in many places, in every community, you can see. So if you see crime, report it. Don't take law in your hand, call the right authority. Really, you can't take your law in. Crime Stopper here for us.